Hi guys, this discussion is about the basic rules of volleyball. It is brought to you by www.historyofvolleyball.net. Now keep in mind, as we are talking about the rules of volleyball today, we're just going to cover the basics. This will be enough information for you to be able to set up a recreational game with your friends, but it's not going to go into details about competitive volleyball because there's just way too many rules to cover all of those details. And those rules do vary just slightly depending on the tournament. For example, high school rules are different than Olympic rules. So this presentation is just going to go over the very basics. And the other thing to keep in mind also is adjustments have been made to the rules over the years. So these rules that we're talking about are not the original rules of volleyball. They've made changes and adapted to the needs of the game. Now, as we're getting started, the most important thing is to make sure that you've got your court set up right in the beginning. And so, just a couple details about the court. It should be 18 meters long by 9 meters wide, and the volleyball net is placed in the middle to divide the court in half. And so each team has a 9 meters by 9 meters square of court that they're playing on. And the teams do not cross that net, so the teams don't come in direct contact with each other. The front row of players on either team are placed 3 meters back from the net. Many volleyball courts will actually put a line there so that you know where that 3-meter point is for that front row of people to stand. They don't have to stay right there, of course. They can move around to hit the ball, but that's kind of the general standard of where they start. Now, the teams are set up with 6 people on each team, and there are 2 rows of people, 3 people on the front row and 3 people on the back row, and the player location is rotated throughout the game. Each time the team gains possession of the ball again, the players will rotate, so there is a new person serving the ball. And again, keep in mind that this isn't set in stone. If you have a big group of people, especially if there are a lot of novice players, you can always make adjustments to the number of people. Put 9 people on the court instead, or you can rotate people in and out if it's not a competitive game. Or if you're playing, like, for example, beach volleyball, sometimes people like to have like 2-on-2 tournaments, or smaller groups of people if the players are better. So there can always be adjustments that are made to the number of players. This is just kind of a general guideline to start out with. Now, the object of a volleyball game is to hit the ball over the net from the server's position to the other team. So the server will hit the ball, and they have to get it over the net initially on that first hit, and then from there the other team must not let the ball touch the ground. The team that is receiving the ball is allowed to hit that ball 3 times per side, 3 times before they hit it back over the net again. And no member can hit the ball multiple times in a row. They can only hit it once, and then the next hit must be by a different member on the team. Each team must return the ball over the net. If the ball touches down on the ground or goes out of bounds, or the team hits more than 3 times per side, then that's considered a point for the serving team. Or if the server sends the ball over the net and the other team returns it and the serving team is not able to volley it back over again, then the possession of the ball changes to the other team. Now, when you're serving the ball, the serve must be redone if it hits the net during the serve. If the server hits the ball and it hits the net, even if it just brushes the top of it, it's not considered a valid serve. So make sure that when you're serving the ball, it goes all the way over to clear the net. And also, like I mentioned before, serving is rotated each time the team gains possession. So everyone on the team has to have a turn to serve. And the server is located back behind the boundary of the court. So they must step back behind the line and serve the ball from there. Now, with the basic scoring, I kind of mentioned this a couple slides back, but if the ball hits the ground within the court, the point goes to the opposing team if they served the ball. So if the serving team serves the ball over to the opposite team, and that opposite team drops the ball or is not able to return it, then that serving team gets a point. But if the serving team volleys it over, they serve it over to the opposite team, and the opposite team returns it to the serving team, and the serving team lets the ball drop, or they hit the ball too many times, no point is earned at that point. And the ball just simply changes possession so that that opposite team becomes the serving team. The first team to win 15 points, to earn 15 points, wins. But they must win with a consecutive 2 points. So for example, if the score is at 14-14, they're tied, a team must earn 2 points in a row. They need to get that 15th point and the 16th point to have it considered a win for them. So that's just a general basic overview of the rules of volleyball. If you're looking for more information about volleyball, we have tons of information on our website. Check it out if you get a chance. Again, that website is www.historyofvolleyball.net.